Watching the video, it was a very good win for us on the road the other day at North Carolina. Obviously, we didn't do everything right. We had a lot of things to work on. But what we really did was compete extremely hard. I was very proud of our players, how hard they played, how hard they fought in the second half, how we responded to controversy. I thought was really good. We had a lot of poise, a lot of confidence. We thought a couple times when we got the lead, and then they jumped right back on it, or came back and tied it up, or got in front of us, that our guys responded really well, and did have that 99-yard drive at the end to go score and win the game. Something that was good to see, because we really did do a great job of blocking on it, good job of power running, speed running. So it was a good way to win a game. Obviously, looking forward to Saturday. It'll be fun. Exciting time for us to have game day coming back again. Last year I know was a real special time for our players and coaches and families and fans. So hopefully it'll be the same type of experience this year. But, very good football team. When you watch Clemson play, they always have a great defense, real strong defensive front, fast linebackers and secondary, and do a really good job of playing together and playing hard. So we've got a great challenge there. We're going to have to be able to mix the run and the pass and be balanced, not just count on one phase, running or passing. Defensively, it's going to be real important for us to stop the run. They're going to come in. They've always done a good job of running the football. Quarterback runs, design quarterback runs, we're going to have to be able to stop. And then they got three really good receivers that we know well coming back that are deep threats, and the quarterback played really well for them. So it's a good challenge. We're looking forward to it. Can't wait to get started in the preparation tomorrow at practice.
How do you think of the game day atmosphere, the time you had last year? What are some things you remember that made it so special?
To be honest with you, the thing that probably jumps out the most to me and I remember the most is when Quick caught that ball on the sideline and was running down for looked to be a touchdown right before half, and Corso's holding his head. That's probably the number one thing.
It's a great stage for you guys in terms of promoting the brand and all that.
Yeah, definitely. It's great for our recruiting, it's great for our players. This is the type of game, you grow up picturing yourself playing. It's the type of game when I was a young kid, went out in the backyard, pretended I was Donnie Anderson, you want to be in. So it's something that our players would definitely look forward to. I would expect us to have a good week of practice. We do need to understand that we got to go out and work hard and grind on Tuesday and Wednesday, and be able to relax and have poise. I'm hoping that our experience last year with Florida State and going on the road at Clemson will help us there. I thought that, at Clemson, when we started the game at Clemson, we had some guys that were too hyped up. So hopefully that'll carry over for us.
Do you address that with your kids, Bobby? Because, this whole city, this whole week is going to be an absolute zoo in the build-up to this game. But I imagine you still want to go out and play with great passion.
Yeah, definitely. I think the energy will be there, the excitement will be there, but we need to relax and not use it up in pregame, and use it up before the game starts. So we just need to be ready at 8:12. They tell me it's kickoff time, so that's what we'll shoot for.
If you take a step back, Bobby, and you've got game day here, you've got the defending national champions, you've got the Heisman Trophy winner. Do you feel as if the program has taken a step, even though the ranking is not as high as you've had in other years?
Yeah, I do. I was here when we were, in Conference USA and Big East and battling, So I think it's a, real credit to everybody that made the plans to get us in the ACC. And now we've got the ability to have all that going on. I think it's exciting. It's something our fans have always wanted. We appreciate all the support that we've got. The construction that's going on out there is because of the fans and the boosters that we have.
What impresses you about their defense? I know you had to watch a little bit of the game the other night.
Well, they're very good up front. They got two big, physical, fast defensive tackles, two really good guys on the edge. We played against two of their three linebackers last year that are really fast and slippery. they slip blocks and make tackles, and they keep them free. They run very fast to the ball. So, and it's a good package. They know how to keep them free, and they know how to add a guy to the run box. So it's a really good challenge for us. I think the thing that we did last year is, we went out there and played fast. Our guys didn't hesitate. So we were able to make a lot of plays.
How much of
When
an
you look at
advantage?
last year and how it finished, and I guess given your overall history with Clemson, how much have you kind of really stressed to them about finishing what you got started?
Yeah, that's what we've been working on all pre-fall, was finishing the games. And, we've had 3 really good battles with them, had our opportunities and come up short. So this is something that, I think is real important to our players, that first of all, we should have confidence that we're there and we can play. But it is up to us to find a way to win the game.
Bobby, do you anticipate having Jair this week or Jeremy Smith this week?
Yeah, Jair has made a lot of improvement. He's still day to day, and I'm not sure exactly on him. Jeremy will be out. Jeremy is going to be out for the season. He actually had fractured his other small toe, and his other leg, and his other foot in practice last Thursday. So he's out for the year.
How do you go then with the running back situation?
Same way we did last week. Let them carry the ball, catch it, and protect.
Well, I meant to replace.
We got a young guy that's starting to really come along and get better. Colin Wilson. He's big. He's got tons of talent. We like him a lot, so we're going to have to get him cranked up and going.
You mentioned the balance a while ago. Were you pleased with the running game at North Carolina, or how do you assess it?
Yeah, I thought we did a good job with it. And, we got better as the game went on. We were able to mix things up and change up different personnel groups and different ways to run the football. I thought that, Malik gave us a lot of burst, physical running. He broke tackles and got yards after contact, and that always makes things easier, get you in better down and distance situations. And I thought it helped us a lot.
Bobby, you mentioned Clemson's defensive front. How much of a luxury is it to have a guy like Lamar who can make plays and maybe escape some situations a lot of other quarterbacks can't?
Yeah, he's a great player. You watch him the other day and you go like, wow, this kid is pretty good. Throwing it all over the place, and he's running for touchdowns. And the best play I liked was the one where they brought a corner off the edge and we misblocked it. He stepped up, kept 2 hands on the ball, reset his feet, threw a strike for a 75-yard touchdown. That shows a lot of maturity. Whereas, maybe a year ago, I know for sure 2 years ago, he would have just took off and ran. But to be able to have that poise in the pocket, feel it, see it, and have the quick release and accuracy, says a lot about his maturity and how far he's come in his game.
How much has he gotten better at the slant or the shallow cross with the receivers? It seems like that's been a real weapon for you guys so far.
Yeah, he's just getting better as a quarterback. Your ability to throw the one ball, throw it hard, throw the hummer, the ability to take something off of it, the ability to throw the seam route, the deep post. You're seeing all those things show up, and all the things that he works extremely hard at all the time. That's one of the things that the quarterbacks that I'm very proud of, is that the quarterbacks work extremely hard in practice. When we go to kicking game and that, they're over there working on those throws, those techniques, things that you don't always come up in a daily practice routine, they're doing in the time that we're doing the kicking game. So I'm proud to see it show up on the field with him, because it's a credit to how hard he works.
They were as reliant on Deshaun Watson last year as you guys have been with Lamar. He's gone now. How have they compensated, adjusted, changed?
Yeah, it doesn't seem like they're changing a whole lot. He's a really good player. He had a great game the other night. Auburn's a very good defense, so it was hard. But he kept his poise and came back and coming out of the game when he got hit. Showed a lot of maturity and toughness. I think one of the things that we know is he's a very good runner, physical runner. And then he's got 3 receivers that can throw deep. I was impressed by his deep ball too. He threw 2 really good deep balls on the sideline on his left.
Bobby, how big is it for to have a guy like Lamar, even to stop their quarterback run game, but your defense gets to watch kind of one of the best in the country? I mean, how much of a benefit is that for you guys?
Yeah, there'll be a lot of carryover from, going against our offense in camp and what you see from him. So that should help. And, when you go in camp, the offensive coordinators, defensive coordinators are always trying to stop each other. So they've schemed things up, and, there'll be some things that we rely on both offensively and defensively from what we did in camp. We'll also be able to put Malik Cunningham down there this week, who's a great athlete, can give us a really good look at that in practice this week.
How did you manage sort of the psychological impact of losing such a close game on the road? Like you said, you guys were really hyped up for it and come that close. What were the next few days after that like as a coaching staff?
It was just about coming back. It's basically what you tell the team is it's not going to be the last time that you feel this way. And the important thing is what do we do about it? Sit around and cry, or we come out and practice and get better and win the next game. But the one thing that they can rely on is that they really did a great job coming back in the second half last year. I was really proud of our team, the way they competed, got in an opportunity to win the game and just came up a little bit short. So we just tried to build on the fact that, we came together as a team and competed extremely hard against a great football team.
Bobby, is what you saw from Malik Williams the other day kind of what you were seeing at the end of the year, what you expected, were just that burst a couple times he got around the corner where he gave you that burst?
Yeah, definitely. And in camp too, he was doing a great job in camp. He did get a little bit nicked. A really weird injury where he got kicked in the calf and there was some nerve issue in there. And, he missed some time in camp. But towards the end of the year last year, you saw it. And, I think you really saw it the other day. He can do a lot of things too. He can run routes and catch the ball just like Reggie can. I think that's the thing that's neat about the 2 of them is both of them are very, very good receivers. Both of them can do different things out of the backfield. Both of them are big enough and strong enough to protect the quarterback. So it's a good mix to have.
You said there was a little bit of tension in last year's Clemson game with any high-intensity game. Have you noticed anything different about your team going into this week, and will you tell them anything to prepare them for what it might be?
No, we're just going to go out and play the game, go out and play football, and it'll be a very intense football game.
How do you evaluate the offensive line so far? Probably that, I guess, would be a key against their defensive line.
Yeah, it'll be a big key. They're very good, and I think we took a huge step forward in the Carolina game. I thought by the end of the game, fourth quarter, third quarter, our technique really started to show up better on video. Kai, the combination blocks that he had in really showed up. His technique, his maturity, the things that he was being coached on the sideline, he was able to take and get on the field and show. I thought that Charles Stanberry and Mickey Crum really helped us in the run game. They both had some real physical blocks, and we're going to need that again this week. You got to be able to run the ball downhill.
I think the protection issues that you had much of last year have the back with you.
I think as an offense, our timing and what we're doing technique-wise and scheme-wise, we've been on it right now. It's a great challenge. Clemson had 11 sacks the other night. I think it was 11. That's the number I heard.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm saying that you have to be balanced. You have to be able to mix it up between the run and the pass, the quick pass. And, you can't get in a situation where you're just throwing 5-step drop game, because those guys can really rush the passer, and they have good schemes to do it besides just a 4-man rush.
What about their secondary?
They evidently covered well because that was part of it.
Yeah, they had some really tight coverage in there, and thought they did a good job. We know a lot of those guys. We played against them, a lot of them last year, and there are a couple of new guys.
How much of a difference can the crowd make in a game like this, especially with the quarterback making his first road start?
Can make all the difference in the world. No, I'm telling you, one thing about our crowd, and this goes way back to the Elvis days, is there's a reason why we have a lot of sacks at home on third down. You know, our ability to be loud and our ability to get off on the rush, on the snap to the quarterback and the tackles. It's hard on tackles when you're on the road on third down and it's really loud. So there's no question that our crowd has done that for us before. We just got to take it up another notch this week.
Bobby, how much did the Florida State game last year really kind of help this team prepare for marquee matchups like this where you're going to be on national TV? Did you see any real effect on that after that game?
Yeah, you know what was interesting for me last year was in our leading up to the Florida State game and our preparation for the Florida State game was the confidence that our guys showed in practice and the confidence they had all week long to go in there and compete and have an opportunity to win the game. So I think the experience now that we have on our team needs to help us prepare for this game.
Bobby, you mentioned one of the middle of the preseason press conferences, one of the many that you did, that last year you guys were able to practice for Florida State week 3, in week 1 and week 2. How much, if at all, have you been able to do that this year, getting ready for week 3 Clemson through the first couple weeks?
Yeah, we really haven't been able to do that. You know, you open up with Purdue and then North Carolina on the road. You just got to prepare for those games. We spent time in the off season, obviously, but so have they. You know, so and they generally come in and play us a little bit different. So we know that they're going to show us some new things and some things we haven't seen. And then you just have to rely on making adjustments during the game, our experience, being able to recognize it and see it. You know, they're very multiple in what they can do defensively, and they mix things up offensively on certain guys' alignments and where they play them. So it's going to be one of those situations where you have to continue to get better as the game goes on.
You were high on the special teams last week. Talk about the performance this weekend, what happened on
I
that
was really
kickoff.
disappointed in our special teams. You know, we got to kick the ball where we're supposed to. We got to cover and stay in our lanes and recognize what's coming. We showed a lot of inexperience on our kickoff coverage team. You know, again, as far as the punt return team goes, you know, that guy just did a great job punting the ball.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he punted the ball very, very well, and, you know, very different than the week before. The week before he did all rugby punt, and then he came out and, you know, he just did a heck of a job. You know, ball, they pick it up on the 1 yard line. I mean, we had some tough field position. I think we started 4 times inside our 10 or inside our 15. So it was a credit to our offense to be able to drive the ball, but it's certainly not what we want.
You went from double-digit false starts to just the one on the opening drive because you got that problem sort of settled.
We'll continue to work on it.
Anything else?